Welcome back, everyone. Well, as you can see, I am not in my room right now. I am not in my home right now. I am actually enjoying my time with my family. Um, Ocean is right behind me. Weather's beautiful right now, and I figure it was basically much deserved time off from audio from my system. Sometimes I believe it's great and it's very important to reset our gears and just give this breather, right? This feeling of resetting our mind and our perception of our system. And I think there's no better way of doing that than to take time away from your rig. I really encourage you guys to do the same, because I do believe it definitely helps to put into perspective the kind of system that you have. Remember what I told you guys before, that sometimes we get used to the same sound all the time. If we keep listening to our system, eventually we begin to find ways of changing things. And I think that's nothing less than our mind playing with us. So it is very important to step away, just the same way it's important to step away from the gym, and take a break as well, so that your body can recuperate and rejuvenate by getting the proper rest. Anyway, before I go into more details of as far as what changes I have done or what has transpired in my room, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the like button. I need that support from you guys. Thank you. We have finally reached 6,000 subscribers, and I could not do this without any of you guys. But all right, so let's go over what happened just now. So I recently just sold my Render music server W20 SE. Is gone. I sold a Shinyata Everest power conditioner. I own two, so I sold one of them. I sold all my power cords, all my synergistic cables. I also sold my DCS DAC. Okay, I feel that at this time I am okay keeping the MSB DAC for what I want to do in the future. I'm also going to be buying a new set of power cords, XLRs, speaker cables. I'm going to be purchasing a new music server. I know you guys want to know what music server that is, so stay tuned for that. And there is going to potentially be a new amplifier. I really can't speak too much about it, but I'm going to be very, very happy to show you something new. Griffin, as you guys know, has been my go-to amplifier for a long time. I love that brand, and I can definitely see myself bringing more Griffin down the road. But for now, I think it was time to just hit that pause button with Griffin and focus on something else. Okay, so I wanted to circle back and talk about that last video that I made about Pass Labs. I think some of you guys are very, 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 very passionate about this, and I really can definitely tell based on the comments that you guys are posting. I can definitely see that, you know, you guys sometimes become even defensive about certain product lines. But as I mentioned to you guys, this is nothing but electronics. They are material things. There shouldn't be any sort of emotional attachment to any of this. I don't believe in that. Now, of course, there are products that I love, right, and that I want to keep for the rest of my life. But it's like anything else. It is just a product. It's a piece of aluminum, some electronics inside, some cables, transformers. There's nothing really special about it. It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have a heart that beats. Okay, so I want to be clear that I see this as what it is, as face value. It's just a component. There are thousands of them across the United States and the globe. There's nothing special about it. Okay, so you guys sometimes feel very protective, very, very defensive about particular brands that you like and support, and I respect that. But remember, I have said it many, many times, this is one man's opinion, my opinion, and I give my opinion based on ownership, not reading magazines, not caring about what he said, she said. I'm giving you my personal views on the components. You may not necessarily agree or align with my thoughts. You may think that I am not correct, and I can understand that. I can totally respect your opinion. But we can have an argument and discussion about that, right? And present each other's opinions and ideas about a particular brand. But there shouldn't be any sort of, it's not a battle. It's more of an adult conversation as to why you like something and why I may not like something. That's all there is to it, right? None of these brands, and I've said it, and I want to be very candid about it, none of them pay your bills. Unless you work for them, you're under payroll, unless you are getting a paycheck in the mail, it's their brands, man. That's all they are. It's like, it's irrelevant. Like, you shouldn't be defending anything. Now, you could defend your position as to why you like something, and you can argue and say, I disagree. I think the brand is great and it sounds this way. In my house, I get this bass, that bass. I got more of this, more of that. That you can argue. But when you begin to sound as if you're bitter because of what's being said by me, I just feel like it shows a lack of character, if that makes sense. It shows that probably your personality doesn't align with mine, and that's fine. Again, it's fine, because let's face it, all these YouTube channels are just opinions. Every YouTube channel that you go to, you got to remember one thing. You either have people who are getting checks in the mail that you do not know about, and their job is to make sure they promote a particular brand, a speaker, a DAC, a cable, right? Because guess what? They're getting a freebie. They're getting a component that they don't have to pay for, that they can keep for a year or two. So of course they're going to have to say something positive about it, okay? And I've said it many times, I don't get anything for free, and I'm not expecting anything for free, okay? So my opinions come from a place that has absolutely no biasing. I don't have any sort of influence. I don't have any sort of people behind my back forcing me or to say something good or bad, and when I put that Past Labs product out, when I created that last video, my opinions, and when I created that last Past Labs video talking about the pros and cons, it was just my time with Past Labs. It's just how I felt with it. And look, let me tell you something. There are a lot of dealers out there that feel the same way, that they can't say anything about the product. They can't go out there and tell you that because they sell it, because they have to put food on the table. A lot of these brands that many dealers sell, their job is to stand behind them. And look, if I were a dealer, I would too, because I gotta pay bills. I have to honestly say that what I have is the best. I mean, I can't blame dealers for having to do that, right? All I'm saying to you all is your opinion is the one opinion that matters. If you come into my channel and you listen to what I have to say, just listen. And after that, you take notes and you decide if you agree or disagree with me. But don't think that because you disagree with me on a particular brand, you may not agree with me on something else. Remember, there are many brands. You may disagree with me when it comes to brand A and agree with me with regards to brand B, C, D, E, F. So, and that's fine. That's how it should be. I guarantee you all your friends right now, the audiophiles, probably dislike at least one brand that you own. At least one that they don't feel the same way you do. Okay? And you're still friends with them. But when I say something like that, it feels like you hate me or you don't like what I have to say. Why? Just because I'm on YouTube? That's the point of this channel, is to be able to be open and to tell you my personal experience. It's all my money and it's all out of my pocket, and I'm doing all the lifting. You guys are just sitting down, watching, pushing play, and enjoying, right? So think about it. I mean, it's just another channel to tune into and enjoy. I mean, that's how you have to see it. And let me tell you something. I have many other brands that are going to be coming in the near future that you guys probably have never heard of. And you may discover a brand that you knew nothing about, but now you know about because of me. And so that's kind of like the value that I also want to add to you guys. A lot of you are tired of the same brands, right? You guys are tired of them and you're ready to discover something different. I'm working on bringing you something different. As a matter of fact, I already have it. I haven't disclosed what it is. Okay? And I'm going to show you with facts what I mean by people need to create innovative products. Remember when I said that? If there is no innovation after a certain period of time, you get left behind. And that goes for any brand. So I'm going to present to you brands, at least I already have one, that will show you that will show you something different, that will perhaps change the way you think, right? And that maybe instead of buying something that you were ready to buy, now you might pump the brakes and be like, hold up, I want to see what Jay is talking about with this new brand. Let me wait until that video drops and maybe consider it, because the guy has had a lot of different brands. So he's owned a lot of brands. So I want to hear what this dude has to say. I may not agree with him, but I respect, perhaps, I hope you all respect the fact that I've had a lot of brands that I can talk about. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that every brand that I love, you guys are going to love. I'm not saying that. But if you've known someone like me who's had it, I haven't had it all, let me just say that, but who's had a lot, I hope that my input and my opinion has some weight on your future buy-in decisions. I can't tell you how many times I have corrected people who've come to me for my consultation service who wanted to buy brand A, and I told them, no, Jay, I told him, I stopped him. I said, listen, no, that's not the brand for you. It's not going to do that. It's going to do the opposite. If you are looking for this type of tonal character or sonics, this is the brand that you should be looking into. So they went out there, they bought my recommendations, brought it home. I told them what power cords to get, what interconnects to get, and they came back to me and they were blown away, and they said, I am happy, Jay, that I spoke to you before, because I would have never thought that these other components with the proper cabling were going to give me what I have been seeking for the last 5-10 years, who knows. So this is what I'm saying. It is important to talk to someone who's had exposure to a lot of these things. I personally believe, guys, and again, I want to say this is my opinion once again, high-end audio is highly overpriced. Now, I'm not going to get into a debate. I'm not going to get into brand names. I'm not going to get into any of that. I'm just saying holistically, from what I have seen, high-end audio is beyond overpriced. I believe it is getting out of hand. It is getting ridiculous to see things that you can buy a house for, a car for, the markup, the profit margins, everything. I do believe it is stupid what I am seeing, which is why oftentimes I resort to the used market, to be sincere with you. So, and it is a big buy-in decision for a lot of you guys, a huge investment. I know some of you guys have to work very hard to save your money in order to buy your dream product. You have to be very, very careful. You have to be a savvy buyer. You have to be very, very, very in tune with what's out there, because all it takes, guys, all it takes is one buy-in decision. That's all it takes for you to ruin your entire system. And then you have to regroup, lose money, sell that product, circle back, and hope that the next component is going to give you what you're looking for. Okay? When I started this consultation service, I started it because nobody gave me advice. I had opinions, but I had to take it upon myself to learn on my own. I basically had no training wheels. Does that make sense? I literally fell on my knees, bled from my knees, stood up, and kept pedaling. I had to do that. Nobody helped me. And so I am trying to make sure you all don't have to do that. I'm trying to make sure you guys can understand that this is an art. I'm trying to make sure that you guys understand that this is simply a matter of knowing what you're doing and hopefully getting the proper guidance and advice by those individuals who have absolutely no reason to mislead you. Does that make sense? Nothing to gain. I think I'm working on 5 different systems right now. A lot of you all keep coming back to me for more advice to tweak a few things, and I'm making sure that you guys get there in the most efficient way possible without having to go through a lot of hurdles, burning your cash, and being able to sit down and enjoy that system, getting you all to where perhaps I haven't been in a long time because I started this channel, because sincerely speaking, guys, I spend more time evaluating components than listening to music. So if you've had that comment on my YouTube channel, I'm here to tell you you were correct. I spend more time evaluating, I spend more time playing with the components than enjoying the music itself. This is simply unfortunate, but I can't be lying to you guys. I have to be real, okay? I wish that I had time to sit down and listen to music that fills my soul. I made a comment earlier that a lot of this audiophile music that I play on the channel, and I'm gonna raise my hand, guys, it's good sounding music. Absolutely, it shows you the capabilities of what is possible with great recordings, and it shows you, it puts your system at full display of what its capabilities are. But for my heart and for my soul, this audiophile music does nothing for me. I can appreciate what it sounds like, the dynamics, the clarity, the soundstage, the detail, just the nuance that you hear with these recordings, which older recordings unfortunately didn't have, right? They usually sound bright, harsh, compressed. The soundstage is very narrow, not a lot of separation. But maybe those recordings are the recordings that really touch me deep down, that really connect with me, that remind me of my childhood, that remind me from when I was little, playing around and jumping up and down the couch. They take me back in time. And so I have to be completely honest with myself and accept it, that I will never be able to enjoy music if I want to continue to do what I'm doing here for you guys. Not even a hobby, it became more of an enjoyment slash job. I enjoy doing what I do, but it becomes a job. Does that make sense? It becomes a job because if I'm not putting out content for you guys like I'm doing today on my vacation, it's natural for you guys to get bored and expect more of me. So all I'm saying at the end of this video is don't take any of my opinions personal. It's not against you guys, my viewers that I love dearly. It is simply my opinion, and I want you all to just pump your brakes before you buy your next product and perhaps connect with me, see what I have to say, and just form a better educated buying decision. Just become a lot more savvy about what your next steps will be. That's all I'm hoping for with this channel. All right. Thank you guys. I am going to head out to the beach. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Stay tuned. A lot more coming your way. Peace.